What is the difference between being just busy and doing your to-do list and going through the motions and being actually productive?
When I started in business at 21 years old, learning things, reading a lot of books, just busy. And then I woke up 6 months later and I'm going, nothing's happening. I'm not getting the results that I want. And then I started hanging out with one of my mentors and he said, results matter. And that always stuck with me. I started to figure out,
if you can send the message that every person in the world receives, what would it say?
if we're going to make progress equals happiness. When I figured out that, changed my life.
Hey everyone, I'm your host, Daniel Alonzo. You are watching To Live with Purpose.
Hi friends, welcome back to Live with Purpose. This is a place where each and every week we share really powerful tools to help you live more mindful and also intentional life. The research shows that most people don't achieve their goals and don't feel fulfilled in their lives because there is a huge gap between their intentions and their behavior. So their intentions, their goals, desired outcomes, and their daily habits. So we are here to help you close that gap so you're more intentional about how you use your time and energy, so you know how to prioritize, so that you live a life of true fulfillment and meaning. So today we are diving into a really important topic. We received a lot of questions from you, from audience, about feeling a burnout. So how to prevent burnout and how to prevent exhaustion and energy drain, and how to spend your time in a more meaningful and productive way. In this episode, we break down the difference between being busy and being productive, being intentional about your actions, how to tell which one you're doing, and exactly how to shift your habits for real progress and real results. Please help me welcome Daniel Alonzo. Daniel, so great to have you here.
I am so excited to be here.
Daniel Alonzo, entrepreneur, speaker, author of Wealth on the Beach. For over 25 years, Daniel has been a visionary leader dedicating to mentoring, inspiring, and transforming the lives of thousands of people around the world. His passion for helping others discover their full potential has enabled countless individuals to break free from constraints of traditional careers and embark on a journey towards true freedom and independence. Daniel's mission is simple yet powerful: to empower you to build meaningful life and achieve the freedom you deserve.
Beautiful studio, by the way.
Oh yeah, we are
And
next door. Our studio is renovating now, so we are just next door. But it's very pretty, right?
I feel
Yeah.
excited. I feel really good right now.
Okay, so let's start really simple. We received many questions from our wonderful audience about how to use my time productively, how not to feel burned out. I do a lot of work. I work every single day, but I don't make any progress. I don't feel like I'm moving forward. So how can I use my time more efficiently so I feel like my life has a meaning and I'm actually progressing? So let's start really simple. What is the difference between being just busy and, you know, doing your to-do list and going through the motions and being actually productive?
Yeah.
So what is the difference?
Well, I mean, I have a lot to say about this because when I started in business at 21 years old, I was just busy. I was just, learning things, reading a lot of books, just busy. And then I woke up 6 months later and I'm going, nothing's happening. I'm not getting the results that I want. And then I started hanging out with one of my mentors that he's been mentoring me for a long time. And he said, results matter. And that always stuck with me because I think sometimes we forget why we're doing what we're doing.
Why behind your actions?
The why behind the actions, and what's relevant to my industry and the way that I've built a business is the fact that talk to an agent and they'll say, yeah, I sat with a client and we had a great conversation and I was there for 4 hours and blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, what result did you get? And they'll say, well, we didn't get a result. Maybe they can do it, and the challenge is that we're not intentional on what our goals are. And because we don't really understand what we really want, most people don't know what they want, by the way. This is a huge challenge. This is why
Very clearly, like to articulate it.
This is why I have the
it?
dream video. And we talked about that last time we were together. And that dream video got me very clear on exactly what it is that I want. So then I can start focusing every day the habits and the actual consistent efforts and actions to get exactly what I want. Reason why people get burned out is they're just working with no direction. And of course they don't get results.
So having that intention, clear intention, is what you want to create, what progress do you want to achieve, and reminding yourself of that intention every day in meditation, always journaling, researching, reminding yourself of what is it that you want to achieve. It will help you stay on track.
Everything you said is right on. I think that one piece, though, is missing for most people.
What is it?
And the missing component is accountability. And so what happens is we go on our own island and we do our own thing. And we could say, well, you know, I'm accountable to my girlfriend, or I'm accountable to my husband, or I'm accountable. You know, that doesn't work. You have to find a mentor and somebody where you can call them consistently and say, this is what I did. This is the results that I have. This is the progress that I'm making. So that way you can get feedback. It's a feedback loop, right? I mean, I go, you know, it's like the airplane. It's flying in the air. It's on autopilot, and it's constantly readjusting. It's going to get to the destination, but it's always kind of going off course, and it's getting back on course, off course, back on course. And so that to me is a huge missing component for most people.
Accountability.
You gotta find somebody that you can hold yourself accountable to so that they can continue to get you back on course. Because I mean, look, we're human, right?
Yeah.
We are human. All of us are human. And so that means that we're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna get off course. We're gonna get lazy. We're gonna do the wrong thing.
It's easier if you have accountability group or a mentor or a coach.
For sure.
Somebody make that weekly reflection
That's it.
and noticing what you're doing. What I'm hearing is that being busy versus being productive is doing the tasks, going through the motions, doing your to-do list without clear intention, and being productive, having a clear intention behind your actions.
And I think even the when we say productive, maybe sometimes we can say a result, because when I talk to my agents, I'm very, very intentional about telling them that I want to see results. Results matter. Results are important, and it's okay. It doesn't mean you're greedy. It doesn't mean that that all you care about is money. It doesn't mean any of that stuff. What it means is that you're making progress.
Exactly.
And if you're making progress, you can now stay in business.
Yes.
And if you stay in business and then you become successful at that business, which is obviously your goal, if we go into business to be successful at it. That's how we get to greatness, is by being successful at something. We have to make sure that every day we get up, we have some sort of like specific goal.
We're going to take a really quick break. This is an action step for you to do at home to shift from being constantly busy and doing things that are not serving you to actually align your habits with your intentions so you can be more productive. So let's take a look. We often think that low-value tasks like answering emails or text messages make us productive. But neuroscience tells us a different story. Our brain isn't just reacting to what we really value. It's responding to what neurologically feels immediately rewarding. One reason for this lies in how the brain's dopamine system functions. Dopamine isn't just a chemical of pleasure. It's a core part of the brain's reward motivation network that helps us decide what's worth of our attention and effort. When we engage in tasks that are novel and attractive, like a new message popping up, that system gives us a tiny reward signal. That immediate feedback can feel like progress, even if the overall impact of that task on our goals, on our overall well-being is minimal. What most studies make clear is that our neural chemistry favors tasks with clear, immediate feedback and immediate gratification. This is why replying to a non-urgent email or a message feels satisfying and productive. But deep work on a high-impact project doesn't really provide the same moment-to-moment reinforcement. It requires sustained cognitive effort, sustained focus. It doesn't generate the same instant dopamine response, even though it is far more valuable in the long run. Understanding this helps explain why we get pulled towards novelty in these quick tasks and quick wins, and why meaningful work often feels harder, and even though it matters really more to us on a long run. So using the mirror and doing these affirmations, because you're priming your subconscious. If you say it's going to be a great day, you believe it, you put it as an intention, and it's more likely you're priming yourself for success, for happiness, it's really powerful.
You know what I always say? Try this. I hope everybody tries this. Just say, I am lucky. I say all the time, I'm lucky. I'm the most luckiest person in the world, you know? So it's like, I'm big on the gratitude, but I also let the universe know that I'm lucky. I'm just like, great things always happen to me. You know, I'm just a lucky person.
That's very
it's
important.
Amazing.
It's amazing. Just that one shift that you mentioned, because most people focus on problems, because most people constantly think about their problems. They talk about their problems. They keep asking, why does this always happen to me? And when you do that, you're actually energizing all your problems. But when you shift and you say, I'm lucky, today's going to be a great day, you're actually commanding your subconscious for being lucky. Whatever you give your attention to, you know, or Tony Robbins, where attention goes, energy flows. So if you constantly think about your problems, talk about your problems, you're actually energizing your problems. Move to the level of the solution. You can acknowledge the problem, but say, what is the solution here? How can I overcome this?
I just want to let everybody know that this is not easy.
Yeah,
and
true.
And I mess up all the time.
Yeah.
I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
I don't do it perfectly.
Yeah.
That's why you need a coach.
Yeah.
That's why you need somebody around. That's why your circle is so important.
Yes.
That's why, by the way, I love hanging out with Anna, because she's positive and she's motivated and she's learning and she's growing and she's trying to become a better version of herself. And that's the kind of people you want to surround yourself with. So important.
It's so important. It's something that we talked about before the cameras turned on. And this is something that actually happens to our brains, and how our brains are wired and how our brains work, and why we get often distracted by these novel, attractive tasks, something that is very fun to do, versus doing our long-term projects and applying the effort. And how does embracing delayed gratification lead to greater clarity and better long-term decision-making, and also better results and more progress?
When I delay the gratification, what it allows me to do is it allows me to focus on the things that really matter right now. Because if I'm always chasing that dopamine hit is not a result.
Exactly.
That's not getting me progress. That dopamine hit just makes me feel good. And this is, by the way, this is our society, right? I could give you 1,000 examples.
So let's say social media.
Well,
because
social media is one of them, of
So
course.
it's always more fun to post on social media and see how many people liked your post.
Of course.
Than to sit and do the research or maybe write a first chapter of your book.
Exactly.
So
it's kind of like the saving your money thing.
Yeah.
You know, I looked at the future and I said, okay, what do I want it to look like? The challenge is that if I was going to get to those financial goals and those freedom goals, those freedom intentions for my life and what I wanted to do, I wanted to protect my family. That was the number one thing. I had 2 kids, or I have 2 kids, and they were little, and I just wanted to make sure that we were on our own island. We can be free. And so every day I got up with that intention that I want to make sure that my family's safe. I want to make sure that they're secure and they're okay financially, no matter what happens. And so when there was that dopamine situation, I would go, man, that would be great. That would be so much fun to go hang out with my friends on Friday night. That would be so great. Go on that vacation this weekend because everybody's going, or watch the football game, or go to the birthday party or whatever. And instead, I said, wait a minute, that's not getting me closer to my goal. So I am not going to the birthday party. I am going to go work. I'm going to go do the things that I know I should be doing.
They're a little bit uncomfortable, maybe even boring.
Oh, well, success is boring. I mean, that's another thing that I learned from my mentor growing up in the business, is that
boring builds success.
Boring is, it's the boring things that make you successful.
That's true every day. I love how Tony Robbins put it, because it's not just semantics, how you frame something in your subconscious, but Tony Robbins always says fundamentals must be practiced daily. So I love that. He says Michael Jordan or any A-list athlete or anybody who performs something with excellence, they don't do it occasionally. They don't do it when they're in the mood. They don't look when they feel like it. They do it every day. So showing up when you don't feel like it, just having that discipline, creating that accountability with others is very important, and having the group, but also relying on yourself and being able to trust yourself and being self-accountable. I think it's the greatest gift you can give to yourself. So tell us a little bit about your evening routine and your morning routine.
Oh, well, I still watch my dream video.
So you watch it every night?
I still watch it every night and every morning. So I still do that type of stuff. But
before you go to sleep?
Right before I go to sleep. Yeah, because it has to be in your subconscious.
And tell us the importance of why do you watch it right before you go to sleep?
Because it's 8 hours or 7 hours, however long I sleep. That movie is playing in my subconscious. It's playing in my brain. So what happens is the way your brain is working, it's trying to now figure out, because your brain does not want to lie to itself. It wants to tell the truth. It wants to figure out the right way. So the whole night, whether I'm sleeping during the night, but my brain is still working.
The subconscious still works.
The subconscious still works. So my brain is literally figuring out ways, just like ChatGPT, right? When you put some there,
it's like a master computer.
Just a master computer. And so it's trying to figure out ways. All right, how can we help Daniel get all of the things that he wants? So you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, I got an idea.
And you just have an idea from nowhere.
Yeah, you have an idea for nowhere. So it's unbelievable.
So watching it right before you go to sleep.
Oh, it's powerful. And you know what I used to also do? I used to listen to my audiobooks while I was sleeping. So I would put on headphones.
So you would sleep?
I would sleep. I would wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning. Still, I could hear the person talking.
That's very powerful.
Oh my God. Because sometimes I would be somewhere, I would be talking about something, and I was like, where did that even come from?
That's very
How
powerful.
do I even know that?
You don't even intellectually, logically know it, but subconsciously.
It's there. It's
and
unbelievable.
You used to listen to what kind of books? Your own books or different kinds of books?
Well, every book that you could imagine. Leadership books, money books, trading books. I mean,
listen while you sleep.
While I was sleeping.
Okay, this is brilliant.
Everything.
This is brilliant because your subconscious is actually absorbing it.
Oh my God, it was
this
incredible.
just shows you the power of the subconscious.
Yeah.
That is so you're feeding your subconscious with every information you hear, whether you're being aware of it or not. Your subconscious is listening. Do you still do that or no?
If I can't sleep, I don't do it every night.
Okay.
But if I can't sleep, so let's just say I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and my brain just won't shut up, right?
Okay.
And I just can't go back to sleep. What I'll do, and everybody's gonna laugh here, but what I'll do is I'll put on an audio book and I'll play it on my phone. I try to not put it by my head or anything, but I put it away, a little bit farther from me, and I'll play like Economics 101. It's the most boring book that you can listen to. So it's like this guy's voice is so monotonous and just
it's
like
put you to sleep right away.
He puts me to sleep. But and I have listened to that book 100 times.
But you're also learning all these things. Sometimes it's interesting also to listen to things that you're not consciously interested in, that you don't really know much about, because you learn different stuff. I'll try that.
Awesome.
I have to try that. That's really cool. That's actually really good. So we have the perseverance. Okay.
Can I say something about perseverance? Because I think that is one of the main keys if somebody wants to get what they want. It's the perseverance. And how do you get the perseverance? In my life, what I did was I used the negative as fuel for my fire. So if somebody told me I couldn't do something, it made me want to, and it's interesting because I've been saying this for 30 years. And I'm just watching a documentary with Walt Disney. It's how Disney built America, or how America built Disney, or something like that. It's a great documentary. And it talks about so many risks that Walt Disney took. He went bankrupt a couple times before he even built Disneyland. But they talked about how every time somebody told him he couldn't do something, it just made him want to do it even more. I actually worked at Disneyland. Did I ever tell you that?
Yes, you did.
I worked at Disneyland.
Yeah.
I was a float driver, by the way. So I've studied everything about Walt Disney and Disney, and I think that was always inspiring to me, that, you know,
to use something instead of being discouraged by that, you use it as a fuel to make you mad, or maybe whatever, because motivates you.
You
Use
know
it as
what?
motivation.
You know what some people do is they say, I'm mad at you. I quit.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? Or like, you know, I don't
I'm
like.
mad at you. I'm going to win.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's like, I never took anything personal like that, because I was at least smart enough to say, wait a minute, if I quit, they win.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's like, if I give up, that means that I'll never get to the finish line, you know? And so.
Yeah, that's really, and I always love the Disney's saying, it's kind of fun to do the impossible.
Yeah,
I love that one.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because you're doing something that you only can see in your imagination. You can
many
experience
things.
it through your senses. And it requires imagination, it requires faith, perseverance, all these, and true faith. It's easier said than done, definitely. So why are these small daily actions so powerful versus somebody being motivated for like a few months and then taking a break and then getting another burst of motivation, but then again, stopping and doing and stopping, versus doing it consistently in small doses, like tiny, tiny habit?
When you asked me that, I thought of leadership, you know, and I think that one of the things, looking back on my 30-year career, I was able to be the most consistent. I was the one that showed up to every meeting. I was the one that got there early. I was the one that stayed there late. I was the one that got the most results. I was the one that was the most excited. I was the one that was the most enthusiastic. And so those little tiny habits, every little thing was a little tiny habit. I had to go in excited, even though I didn't feel like it. I had to go in the room. I had to be fired up, even though I just got in an argument with my whoever, right? And I ended up, you know, being in the room and talking to hundreds and hundreds of people and being excited. Those are micro habits of staying consistent. And then what happens is that you become the leader. And this is how you become successful, is that when you become the leader, then people want to follow you. And if they follow you, then you actually build a business. You can duplicate, you can create something. You could open up locations, you can open up offices, you can duplicate the process.
You can extend your service beyond your physical presence.
Absolutely. And that's what I did. And I always thought about myself as leading from the front. I am a leader. I'm going to show you, not tell you, I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you with exactly what I'm doing as an example, because people want to follow somebody.
Yes. If you can send a message that every person in the world receives, what would it say?
Oh gosh, if there was a message that I would want everybody,
every single person on the planet receives, that's like 7 billion people, what would you say?
Well, I would just remind them that, well, I said it a little bit earlier, but great things always happen to you. Great, amazing things happen to you in your life, but you got to believe it. And
the more
you got to see it. You got to see it.
The more you say it to yourself, you will believe it more. The more that you keep repeating this.
Yeah. Well, it's because we have to see it in our mind's eye, and then you visualize it, and then you embody it. It's like it gives you the chills, and then you're just like, it's in you, and then you take action.
So all great things always happen to you. So every person in the world,
every day, get up. Great things always happen to me.
What song would you pair with that?
Well, oh gosh, I mean, there's so many beautiful.
Don't stop believing.
There you go. That's a good one. Find a good one.
Find a song that works for you.
Find a song that works for you, that
And use
you
that.
align with, that you love. And
I would even say maybe write that thing, great things always happen to me. I am lucky, I am blessed, I'm
That's it.
grateful, even on your mirror or
Yeah,
wherever
totally.
you see it often. So it becomes ingrained in the gray matter of your brain. And play the song, and this really changes, creates that brain-heart coherence that we talked about so much. But it's powerful. That coherent state, it creates the energetic field that influences the quantum. So you change the information in the field. This is very important, because if you constantly think about your problems, you're feeding the field with that information. When you say, I'm lucky, I'm grateful, I'm blessed, you're making the entire world better by just thinking that way, because your thoughts matter. Remember, your thoughts matter. And it's interesting, they're matter. They change into matter. The thoughts are things, okay? So they matter. Pay attention to what you're thinking, how you're feeling. It's very important. Danielle, I can talk to you for hours. Our time is limited, unfortunately. But thank you so much for sharing this, because people feel burned out. They're drained of energy because they keep doing the things they're ineffective, and they're not serving them. They're not making them happy. So thank you for really clearing that out so we can use our time and energy more efficiently. So we feel more grateful, more blessed, more happy and lucky. Thank you so much for being with us today.
I'm so glad to be here with you. Thank you for all that you do. You really are a blessing to an incredible audience. Your passion and your energy is inspiring. And I just hope that you keep doing what you're doing, because one day you're going to be on the greatest, biggest stages of the world, inspiring the world. Just trust me, she'll be there one day.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate you saying that. That means really a lot. Thank you all so much for tuning in. We are so lucky to have you watching the show. I use these things, take action. Believe in yourself and believe that you can create the change, because what you believe in, it really matters. And these little things that you say to yourself, they do matter. You can accomplish anything, no matter how bad it feels right now. You can always focus on what you're grateful for, even if that's one thing, okay? If you cannot name one thing, keep asking, what am I grateful for? What am I grateful for? Because at least you're having gratitude in your awareness. We're going to take a really quick break. If you're busy all day but not seeing real progress, remember this. Productivity isn't about motion and constant movement. It's about impact and intentional behavior. So listen carefully what Daniel shared today with us and practice these things. Incorporate them in your evening routine, in your morning routine, because the way that you end your day and the way that you begin your day really matters and impacts your subconscious, which really actually drives your behavior and creates your life. So pay attention to what you do before you go to bed, when you wake up in the morning, and your life will completely change. Thanks so much for joining us today. I wish you a great week. Be mindful of how you spend your time, and we'll see you next week.
Do you feel your life is empty? Do you feel like something's missing? What do I want? What is my life purpose?
It can be challenging, but it's worth it.
Hey everyone, I'm your host, Daniel Alonzo. You are watching To Live with Purpose. How do you find a life purpose?
So that's a big question.
I think finding your life purpose is at least a monthly, sometimes weekly, sometimes daily, sometimes minute by minute challenge.
I say this, whatever your day job is, if you have what you believe is your purpose, start a side hustle. Like if maybe real estate is your passion, get your license, do something at night. If you want to be an actor, maybe take classes.
I think life purpose is really just making an impact in whichever way you're looking to make an impact.
Figure out what it is in your life that will make you happy. What will give you the satisfaction that you seek.